My name is Justin Huff. I was the design engineer for the Lightboard senior design team, and what that entails is that I did all the CAD modeling and got all the sizing and all the parts to fit correctly inside of SolidWorks.
Hi, I'm Sean Novak. I was the manufacturing engineer for the Lightboard senior design project. I oversaw the fabrication of all the parts needed for the project and the assembly of the final product.
My name is Tron Nguyen, and I'm the instrument and quality engineer. I make sure that all the peripheral instrument function well together. I also created necessary documents and tests to satisfy the stakeholder requirements.
Hi, my name is Veronica Paneke. I was the project engineer for the Lightboard senior design team. So I handled all the project scheduling, budget, procurement of parts, and any communication with our stakeholders.
In 2020, COVID caused a lot of problems throughout the world. Because of that, we had to switch to a lot more online learning. And most professors tried to use videos to achieve this. And one option for this online learning shift was to use a Lightboard. So what that Lightboard is that you have a writing surface just like a regular whiteboard and markers that you write on it with. However, the writing surface is transparent using materials such as glass. Then the edges of the glass is lit up with LEDs like you see here, and that allows the writing to fluoresce. Using the Lightboard, a lecturer can present their material without having to turn around. A camera can be placed on the other side of the glass to record the lecture and be able to distribute it afterward. UCF currently has a Lightboard, and there are a few issues with it that will be addressed later. Some of these are that the schedule for this Lightboard is usually pretty booked, and the Lightboard is sometimes hard to erase and can be difficult to use. So in order to give a better learning experience for the students at UCF, a Lightboard that addresses some of these issues is necessary.
Some of our favorite lectures were created using the Lightboards. A lot of our current classmates and professors can attest to the benefits that the Lightboard offer. Some of these benefits include produce very high quality video. It's very flexible. You're able to watch this anytime you like. And with COVID and everything, this is definitely a plus. And with that, it's also very convenient. And also, it's allowed the professor to also work around their schedule too. Thus, the goal for this project was to preserve what was great about the Lightboard and improve upon the flaws that the old setup has. Our hope is that the future generation of engineers will be able to enjoy the benefits of the Lightboard, and that the more professor, will be able to have access to this great tool. The first task that we did was collect data on the previous Lightboard. So we sent out surveys to current students and professors who have used the tool before to see what they think was the thing they need to improve on that old Lightboards. And then after that, we also carry out interviews with participants who are willing to get even a better understanding of what was wrong with the old Lightboard. So going into this, we know that we only have so much time and money. So if we try to fix everything, we're not going to be able to do everything perfectly. So the team agreed that if we just focus our time on the features that we thought was the most important, our project will have a better impact for UCF and the students. So one of the biggest concern that the old Lightboard have was that it was too small. But then on the other hand, one of the other bigger concern was that it was it was mobile. It wasn't, you can only put it in one place, and it was very difficult to move. So we know that we had to create a board that was both bigger but somehow was also smaller and was able to be placed from place to place. So the team decided that we're gonna go with a dual panel setup, and some of the features that we added to this new Lightboard include folding. So it will take care of that bigger, making it smaller. We'll also slide the two classes, so create more space, so the user have more space to write on it. and will also lift, meaning that the Lightboard now will also move up and down vertically. And these features will be shown later in the demo.
So one of the biggest challenges we faced was getting funding for our project. In Senior Design 1 in April, we submitted a proposal to get funding for our project. And we hoped that we would have a response by the end of the summer. But unfortunately, after consistently reaching out, we didn't hear anything back. September rolls around and we are still not hearing anything back. So we wanted to be prepared for the worst case scenario. So that meant making a Plan B budget. And what that was the lowest possible budget that we needed in order to make our project successful. And at the same time, we were also finalizing our Plan A budget to make sure we were ready if the funding did come back and so that we could start ordering parts right away. We had this set up, and in addition to that, I consistently reached out weekly to hear back, and luckily by October, we were able to hear back, and we were able to get our Plan A budget.
So for the Lightboard Senior Design, I'm going to show you guys the demo of our Lightboard. So this is the main glass panel, and as you write on it, the marker lights up with the use of the LEDs. To control that, not seen in the video, but I have a little control panel, and I can adjust the brightness of the glass, and I can just shut the board off completely, and you can't see. So with it on, you can adjust the brightness to where you can see the text how you want to. And to keep me, the user, lit, there's another control panel for all those lights. I can be seen, or I can be extremely dim, and it's adjustable just so that you can have the right fine-tunement for your video. So when using the Lightboard, it has two pieces of glass, as you can see down here. These pieces of glass are on wheels, and at any point, you can use the control box to shut off the glass, unplug it from the electrical connection, slide one frame out the way, and then you can slide the other frame into position, push it all the way over, plug it in, and then turn the power back on. So with this eliminates the need to erase often, and you can just quickly switch between the two pieces. Okay, and one of the other features of the Lightboard is that it's adjustable in height. So as you can see right now, you can't really see my face because the board is lowered all the way. So, and then down here you'll see this red handle. This pin is here because there's no actuator in the middle leg, and there's an actuator on both the outside legs, which are out of frame. But at any time, you can raise the board. It's a little quiet and slow. Once the board reaches your desired height, you move the pin in the middle leg to appropriate position, and then you want to lower the board just until that middle leg lightly rests on the pin. One of the other features of the Lightboard is that, as you can see here in the video, in its fully extended form, it's a little over 9 feet long. So to make storage possible, the first thing you have to do is just bring both pieces of glass to the same side. I'll just go ahead and shut the light off. And once it's over here, all the wheels are locked. So I'm going to unlock the wheels. Once the wheels are unlocked, there's a hinge here and a hinge here. And then up at the top, there's a deadbolt. Slide that out the way, and you can see the two hinges, and you can simply grab the one side and begin folding it over. Now, there's not enough room in here to completely fold it, but you can see the concept of where it splits.
From this project, I learned a lot about time management. I'm really fortunate to have the team that I have. Everyone in my team was very punctual and very dependable. Because the whole process takes 9 months, and there was a lot of part we need to get done. If we just got behind on one leg, there was no way for us to catch up and finish the product.
The biggest lesson for me was that design can sometimes be very complicated. There is a lot that goes into designing a product completely from scratch. And each material, the manufacturing of each part, and the design of each component needs to be carefully considered as you design the product.
So one of the biggest lessons I learned was being resourceful. When designing this Lightboard, we ran into multiple issues along the way, and we had to have to find a solution to each thing. One of the major issues was that when we found out that the manufacturing lab was booked, and we had to cut and drill every piece ourselves, which ended up adding a lot of time to the construction of the Lightboard.